Hey, everybody. I know, we're goofy. Please excuse my eye patch. I got a little thing going on, and I'm not going to bore you with that. But what I am going to tell you about, we're going to do 2 videos, and there's actually going to be 3 in some way. But it's all about Graeagle, California. Just a stunning place. And anyway, we took a camp hosting job at the Little Bear RV Park Resort. Beautiful place. And we sorely needed the money to make a lot of repairs. And I mean, we've had axle trouble, we've had tire trouble, we've had replaced the furnace. And
we actually had to, we got our brakes replaced on the truck. And did not have any idea how bad they were. But, I mean, to give you an idea, we had to do rotors, calipers, the whole 9 yards, which was very expensive.
So you know, camp hosting, and it was our first experience at camp hosting. And I think we just really got so lucky. I feel so blessed about it because, number one, the family that owns the park, stellar. Couldn't be better folks to work for.
Awesome folks, yeah.
And great hours, great pay, and on off times, like you were saying, it's the whole area is really what'd you call it? A hidden gem.
It's a hidden gem. Graeagle is a hidden gem. I mean, a lot of the people that come to Graeagle are from Reno. But as far as the rest of the United States, I don't think they know about this area. I mean, Graeagle, it's in the eastern Sierra Nevada mountains. So you've got, you know, snow-fed lakes, waterfalls, pine trees, rivers, tons of hiking, all kinds of activities. There's just so much to do within an hour's drive of where we were staying.
Oh, yeah.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah, you can just... I mean, within 20 minutes, you're at a snow-fed lake called Gold Lake, and crystal clear water. General, the water dog, of course, he loves it to the max. And so really a good area, and we'll get into this with you. You take a look and see what you think. It's in the Lost Sierra Mountains, and maybe that's why it's a hidden gem, but I don't know why they call them the Lost Sierra Mountains, because we found it, and we ain't all that. So.
Yeah, so we spent 6 months over the summer in Little Bear RV Park, and so we've got 2 videos. This one and the next one are going to be about the Graeagle area and things that you can do in that area. And then the third one is going to be a campground review for Little Bear RV Park where we were staying. And then the fourth one is going to be just us chatting about what it was like to do camp hosting for the first time, so that you can learn a little bit more about what to expect in that area.
So, without further ado, here we go. Hope you enjoy it. As always, we love your comments. We love all you guys. If you're new to the channel, please check out our other videos. And please consider subscribing. And just thanks for watching. See ya.
Take care. Leaving Silver Springs, Nevada, our travel day was mostly in the desert, with a view of the snow-covered mountains off in the distance. But in less than 2 hours, we were in pine trees, snow-fed lakes, and the snow-capped Sierra Nevada mountains. We stopped at Lena's in Portola for lunch and got some wonderful Mexican food, then continued on our way. We settled into our spot, and the very next morning we woke to snow on the ground.
Morning coffee in the high Sierras. Yeah. We were in desert, right? So I guess to keep myself amused, go out, take pictures, and use my compass to see if it's really true moss only grows on the north side of the trees. I'm skeptical. And to think we were in the desert.
There's a trail that starts at the campground and follows the Feather River for a bit. Very nice scenery on that walk. At Little Bear RV Park, the bear theme can be seen all over the park. One week after arriving, we were off to explore. With the Lakes Basin National Recreation Area only a few miles away, it was a given that we would head in that direction. Up the hill we went, with an elevation change of about 2,000 feet. Gold Lake was our first stop. Getting closer to the Sierra Buttes, Sardine Lake was our next stop. The wonderful little town of Blairsden has less than a dozen buildings, but so cute, and includes Goombas with their awesome pizza and burgers. The very next day, we decided to hike to Upper Sardine Lake. What an awesome view, and so worth the hike. The sign at the beginning of the trail says high clearance vehicles only, but we saw some rocks that we don't think anyone could get past, no matter what they were driving. Looking down on Sardine Lake. Graeagle is another town with very few buildings. The Graeagle store is the local grocery store and has a nice selection, but of course it's a bit more expensive than what you would find in a town. It's been in existence since 1918. On May 4th, we walked the paved trail to see Fraser Falls. Still snow here at 6,276 feet. There's a one-lane bridge here in Blairsden and the historic dairy building.
So this is the love of my life, and she is making some blouses. So Sandy, go ahead and tell me what you've done so far. What do you have going on here?
These are 1904 reproduction blouses, and it's the first pattern that I've designed. To try and get my business going again. So these are bishop sleeves. So they have a little bit of poof down at the bottom. And I just pinned on the waistband that'll give that little pigeon poof that they had back then. So I still have to sew that on, but I just got it pinned.
And so how's the front of it look?
This is the front.
Oh, I'm sorry. Or the back. Pardon my ignorance.
This is the back fastening one. Ouch.
Okay.
Just standard button closure.
And it's got the collar.
Yeah. This is a standing collar. Kind of like a turtleneck as we know it today.
So, okay. So there's different kinds of collars.
Yep.
All right. And then what about this one?
This one is a front buttoning for somebody that doesn't have a ladies' maid to help them dress. And this is called a...
You obviously can't remember, but
I can't remember. The simulated box plate closure.
okay.
So it buttons underneath, and then
okay,
this
then
folds
that
over to
to-
hide all the buttons.
To give it a nice, clean look, which was important. Now, how about the collar?
So this is a fold-over collar on top of a standing collar. Standing collar? No. I forgot the name of that too. But it fastens on with buttons. So you can take it off and iron it and starch it. And then this has standard sleeves without the bishop, poof down at the bottom. So this is more of a working girl's blouse. And this is going to have a different waistband thing on it. I'm going to tack the waistband across on the outside, and then it's just going to tie in the front. So they can adjust it however they want. So lots of different options. It's from 1904.
All right, and here's the kicker that amazes me. My beloved wife has made these out of what?
Double-sized bed sheet.
She's made these prototypes out of a bed sheet.
That I got at a thrift store for $2.50.
God bless her.
General had a run-in with another dog in the neighborhood. First time he's ever bled, and right on his nose, too. Ouch, poor little guy.
So the job's a little bit blustery today. Okay, I got one more set of bathrooms to check, and I think I'm done, man. Get Sandy and let's go home.
On May 8th, we got more snow. We have deer at the park pretty regularly in the spring and the fall. We took a short drive down the Feather River Canyon. Just beautiful.
Hey y'all, well, we have a new thing going on. All of a sudden, our furnace has just stopped working, and we're in the mountains.
Northern California.
It's cold, and I sure do want some heat. But anyway, long story short, we checked out the thermostat. Now the thermostat is clicking, and it's clicking in here. And all those things indicate to us that something is wrong with the blower motor. I just reached in there, took a phone snap with my phone of the model number in here. She traced everything out. We know we have the right motor number ordered. It'll be here. We got it off of Amazon. It's like $50. And I'll put everything together myself, and we'll be back in business again. That's the thought I have right now, so stay tuned and see how this all works out.
Stellar jays and woodpeckers are seen often here. When Ed got our furnace out of its cubbyhole, he was able to see the error code on the control board, which indicated that it wasn't the blower motor at all, but something more serious. So we ordered a new furnace with the intention that Ed would do the installation himself. Back to Gold Lake. And Goose Lake. And this is Salmon Lake, with rental cabins on the far side of the lake. They have a telephone at the boat dock where you can call someone to come get you by boat for your cabin rental. Still some snow here on June 1st. Here are the Sierra Buttes as seen from Gold Lake Highway. At the other end of Gold Lake Highway is Bassett Station, which is a log cabin inn built back in 1865. They have a small general store and a dining area with wonderful lunch sandwiches. Here we have Lake Davis. On the west side of the lake, you can see the damage from the Dixie Fire which came through the year before. There are white pelicans here. I don't know that I've ever seen white pelicans. Lots of wildflowers around the mill pond, which is in Graeagle, right behind the Graeagle store. It was the middle of June when we decided that we wanted to come back again for the next year. And knowing that our daughter and her husband were getting on the road soon, we asked them to submit their resumes for consideration. And they were hired 2 days later. Of course, we took the shorter hike to Big Bear Lake. Love's Falls can be accessed by the Pacific Crest Trail just after it crosses south over Route 49 near Sierra City. This was a trail Ed had to take alone. I just couldn't get myself to walk the very narrow trail with General. Right in that same area is a roadside pull-off with this beautiful cascade fountain. The monument says, "Dedicated to State Highway Foreman Pete Lavazola, who died in 1968. Pete was a native son who built this fountain in his spare time for the convenience of the public." So beautiful. Visiting Fraser Falls again on June 30th, the water flow was very much reduced compared to when we got here in April. I wanted to take pictures of all the different wildflowers growing near the trail. So pretty.